You're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? First thing I want to say is congratulations to Sergey Kovalev. Great performance by him. Great performance and heart by John Pascal. He called himself the Black Balboa. He came into the ring, walking into the ring, with the Rocky Balboa soundtrack, one of the songs. And that's exactly the role that John Pascal played in this fight. How many times have we seen Rocky Balboa stumbling, getting staggered, getting knocked down, and out of it on his feet, but yet he comes back, and next thing you know, he's hurting the other guy. He's rallying back, and he has the guy who's supposed to be the machine looking unsure of himself. That's exactly what happened in this fight. Sergey Kovalev, he hurt Pascal pretty bad, knocked him down. Pascal gets back up, he beats the count, pretty much out on his feet, but he survives. Then he comes back. He starts catching Kovalev with some beautiful right hand counters. Now Kovalev is a little reluctant. He's not as sure of himself as he was before. The Crusher, who is somewhat of a Terminator, all of a sudden started to box on his toes. He started to float like a butterfly and try to sting like a bee, basically, right? Which I believe, if John Pascal would have been putting punches together as opposed to just trying to land one big-ass right-hand counter, if he would have been closing the gap and getting combinations off, he may have won this fight. But he didn't do that, and he left a perfect opening for Sergey to come back and win the fight. I was impressed with Sergey's ability to adjust. He changed things up. Like I said, he got on his toes and he started to throw multiple jabs, which would eventually set up combinations. And that's how he got closer to John Pascal. And this is how Sergey Kovalev got the very premature stoppage, technically knocking out John Pascal. Which, by the way, the stoppage in this fight was so terrible that in a way it almost takes a little bit away from Sergey's great performance. Because we already know that John Pascal, he's the type of fighter that does get wobbled. He is that Rocky Balboa type of fighter, right? Now we know if we had a referee like we had tonight in the Kovalev versus Pascal fight, Rocky wouldn't have won a lot of his fights. Right? So the whole thing is, I understand that's a movie, but the whole thing is you have to give Pascal the benefit of the doubt because he's never been knocked out before. And he has rallied back in other fights. So overall, this was a great performance by Sergey Kovalev, but yet at the same time, we were cheated as fans, and Sergey Kovalev once again was cheated because this wasn't a mature stoppage like it should have been. So with that being said, I believe Sergey Kovalev is the best light heavyweight in the division. I give him a lot of credit because he's one of the rare fighters that's willing to take on all challenges and fight anybody. I believe he beats Adonis Stevenson because Stevenson is too one-handed. Now, don't get me wrong. Adonis Stevenson is still a very good opponent. He has somewhat of a Manny Pacquiao type of left hand. Meaning, even though he's left hand crazy, the left hand is extremely accurate. It's straight down the pipe. And if it lands, it hurts you. Okay, so hopefully we get that fight next. I know they're already talking about a rematch because it is premature stoppage. But I would love to see Kovalev versus Adonis Stevenson next. That's pretty much all I got for now. I'm on to the next one.